Hi, good evening. Ethan again for a beer review. Tonight I'm doing Budweiser, the king of beers. Uh, Budweiser gets a 56 on beeradvocate.com, so it gets a little higher score than Miller High Life and Pabst Blue Ribbon. I have a 16 ounce aluminum can. Let's see if there's any smoke. I don't think you can see it. I got from Ingles for $1. It was 10 for 10 singles. I was glad to get a 16 ounce. I've had it in the aluminum cans before, but generally I'll get it in bottles. And I do prefer Budweiser in bottles. To me, it tastes better in bottles. Although I've gotten it in cans before, but there's just something about it. I would say it and Pabst, to me, they taste better in bottles, glass bottles, as opposed to the aluminum cans. Budweiser is made with barley malt, rice, water, hops, and yeast. It's usually up to 30% rice. The only other beer I can think of that uses rice is Rolling Rock, which uses corn and rice. But barley would be wheat, so I do believe there is no corn in Budweiser. Let's get a pour. Okay. I believe this is a 16 ounce glass. All right. A lot of bubbles, streaming bubbles. Not a big head, though. It is a wider cup glass, so that could be why. Very light in appearance. Very light. That almost looks like a Bud Light. Very light on the nose, too. I'm getting like water, maybe corn, maybe like boiled rice water. It has less aroma than Coors. And I reviewed the Coors like a couple weeks ago, and it's a little more aromatic than this. What's the Best Buy? Oh, December. Okay. December 29th, 2020. So it's still got 3 more months of freshness. That's pretty good. I've definitely had worse than that. Okay. First introduced in St. Louis, Missouri, when Adolphus Busch of Germany and his friend Conrad, what was his name? Carl Conrad. They wanted to make a Bohemian style beer from their travels to Europe. So they came to St. Louis, and thus Budweiser was born in 1876. From the Anheuser-Busch company, manufacturer, I guess. 144 years ago. Budweiser is 5% ABV. Let's go ahead and give it a taste. It kind of has a rice flavor. I don't know if I would know that if I didn't know it had rice in it or was made with rice. Maybe my brain's like making me think it tastes like rice because I know it's made with rice. But if I didn't know, I may not detect that on the taste or smell. But I do kind of detect it. It does have very little aroma. It's so weird. It's very carbonated, though. Anheuser-Busch beers usually are. I know Busch is very carbonated, not smooth, and less carbonated, like Miller High Life and Pabst, I find to be less carbonated. This and Busch are usually pretty carbonated. Bud Ice is also very carbonated. It's clean and crisp. Goes down real easy. There's no off flavors. Anheuser-Busch is known for their great quality control all around the world. Budweiser is the number 3 best-selling beer in the United States, behind only Bud Light at number 1, Coors Light at number 2, and Budweiser would be number 3, with Miller Lite at number 4. So number 3 best-selling, Bud Light's the number 3, Bud Light's number 1. And I see people buying Bud Light all the time. I mean, Super Bowl, if there's a football game coming on, July 4th, Memorial Day. I used to work at a grocery store, and people just always bought Budweiser and Bud Light. Bud Light, all the time. Really Bud Light more because it's less calories and the diet aspect of it has more of an appeal. People want to be able to drink beer and not get fat, but it's hard to do both those, and I'm witness to that. Budweiser is a filtered beer, and it's brewed in over 80 countries, though not under the name Budweiser, where Anheuser-Busch doesn't have, I guess, jurisdiction. The word Budweiser is a German derivative adjective meaning Budweis, Germany. They've been brewing beers there since like the 13th century or something, like 1275. And it's now the Czech Republic, I believe, I read. There's a lot on this beer online. I mean, you got beer websites, you got Wikipedia, you got many reviews of it on YouTube. Go check them out. There are many reviews in the world for Budweiser. Popular beer. Everybody knows it. I mean, the logo is, it's as popular as Coca-Cola, the trademark logo. I mean, it's the Coca-Cola of beers. It's popular. Everybody knows it. Not everybody loves it, but you don't have to. I really like it. Generally, I will buy others before I buy this, though. Because it is more expensive. The popularity and the how famous or infamous the brand and logo are makes it where you can drive the price up and people will pay more for it. But I'd be more likely to get Pabst or Miller High Life than this. Are those better? No. Are those worse? Some people might say they are. I don't think they are. Maybe a little bit. This might be a little better, but they are a lot cheaper, so the amount worse that they are is very minuscule, and it's not worth paying $4 more a 12-pack for Budweiser. Like Pabst Blue Ribbon and Miller High Life, you can get for like $8 a 12-pack. This generally runs you $11.99 for 12 bottles of 12 ounce or 12 bottles of 16 ounce aluminum cans. So I will get the cheaper brands before this. If, I could make an argument that Budweiser's better, but I'd be more likely to get something that's cheaper for an American adjunct lager. You have to do like a taste challenge to really see which is better because they do taste eerily similar. This and Coors Banquet taste similar. Although there are differences, subtle differences. 145 calories per 12 ounce. Very typical American adjunct lager calorie. What would I score it? Well, it wouldn't get a 56 like Beer Advocate or a 3 like Rate Beer. Rate Beer says in almost every 5 beers sold in the United States today is a Budweiser, so it's popular. Number 3 in the U.S. And in the world, I pulled up a graph online of the best-selling beer brands in the world by percentage market share. I thought Budweiser was number 1, but it's number 4, behind Snow of China, Qingdao of China, Bud Light in the USA, and then Budweiser would be number 4. And then Heineken's number 7. So number 4, best-selling beer brand in the world, if this is correct. I don't know what year this is. It doesn't say, but wow. The reason that China beers are probably the most popular is just because of the sheer population in China. They have more people, so obviously the beers are going to sell more because there's more people drinking. I would give Budweiser a 93. That's a fair score in the style and for preference. It's a style I like, so obviously I would rate the style high. 93 overall out of 100. Solid A. Not an A+, but not an A-. It's a good beer. It's a classic. Well-known. Tasty. Get out and try some Budweiser, Thank you for watching. Cheers.